Hey YouTube, Doug Wallman. Today we're going to do an unboxing of the Braun MultiServe coffee maker. It's the KF9370SI model. So the difference with this one is it has cold brew, so that's a pretty cool feature. That's why I wanted to get it. Otherwise, to be honest, I already have one, but it does not have the cold brew. This one that I'm about to unbox does. So let's bring the box on over here. I tried to get like every angle I could on this video. So I got this from Amazon. Yes, it is. I think it's been returned. It was slightly used or something like that. Or refurbished, I don't remember. I think it was slightly used. Here's our manual, the lid, the scoop, more stuff to do with like warranty, I think, safety instructions. I don't know why, but there's a Ninja blender instruction manual in here. Interesting. Ninja detect power blender. I'm doing the wrong instructions, but that's extra, I guess you could say. But I do have the Braun MultiServe manual, which actually I may refer to. There's like an altitude setting in here, which I probably won't have to use. It's probably all good. And there's something stuck here. Blend sense technology that has more to do with something I don't have. Hope that's not what I have. That's not what I ordered. So, yeah, this is the MultiServe. That is what I have. I can tell by looking in here. So yes, the lid, the scoop, the manual. Get that out of the way. Ta-da! All right. I don't have a lot of room in here, so I'm trying to get stuff clear out of the frame of my lovely video. It looks like I have everything I need here, that's for sure. I got the extension cord here. Not the extension cord, the power cord, kind of making it difficult for me to unravel, but we're good. Get the plastic out of the way. Carafe. Yeah, so we got the lid already in here. The scoop. There's the carafe. Let's see if I can figure this out on the fly. A little piece of tape right there, I think. Let's see what I do with my knife, my blade. There's a nice shiny carafe. All right. So yeah, that's a nice carafe. Like I said, I do have one. In fact, my carafes from my old one sitting over here, I have obviously need to clean that. But I just wanted the cold brew feature. I think I heard it does it in I don't, what was it, 13 minutes or something. So that's pretty nice. Ta-da, we'll get rid of some of this blue tape up here. I believe it does have one of those mesh filters if you choose to use it. I'm assuming it's going to be inside of here. I'll put this tape over here just in case I need to repackage this stuff. I don't plan on returning it. Yep, there's a nice filter holder. So with this, you can just use your number 4 filters. And it does come with one of those charcoal filters. Actually, it doesn't. This has the holder. I think actually normally it does come with a charcoal filter, but being this is used, that probably got overlooked, but I do have one. Oh, that's not a problem. So, okay. Suppose the first thing we're going to want to do is clean this thing out. We'll provide a good filter for it. All right, so I must have used up the filters that I bought already. I thought I had more. Well, for now, I think I'm just going to swap out the filter that's inside my old machine, put it in here. Gross, huh? We'll have to order some more of those. I mean, I could just swap the whole thing, but I kind of want to keep things where they need to be. That just pops open. It's supposed to. All right, just like that. So there's the new filter. There are instructions on how to, I think you're supposed to soak it for like 15 minutes or something like that. As far as I can tell, it did not come with the filter. It came with the filter holder. That's because it was used, so I don't see it. I do believe it would normally come with one. So that's just how that works, I guess. All right, there's our beautiful MultiServe. I was a little curious on the instructions about the, I know there's an altitude feature on here. Altitude setting. To ensure your coffee maker works properly at higher altitudes, which we're not at that point. Enable the altitude setting. This setting avoids that coffee maker develops steam rather than boiling at the standard boiling temperature of 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. All right. Default setting A1 is flashing. I think we're good that way, so we probably just won't even worry about it. We'll power it on for the first time, at least since I've had it. Nice. Looks like it powers up. As far as setting the time and all that, I guess that'd be a standard thing to do. Press and hold HR to scroll through the hours. Release it once the desired hour is displayed. So we're at, whoa. It does scroll kind of fast. There we go. So it's kind of simple, actually. I don't remember my other one being this simple. So that's kind of nice. Let me double check. No, the other one was not this simple. That's pretty nice. It just has hour and minute. Of course, you have to scroll to AM or PM. So we're at 8:49. Very simple. Release it once it's displayed. All right. After a few seconds, the clock turns permanently on and the time set is automatically saved. All right. Well, that's pretty sweet. I already got the clock set without really too much going on there as far as having to research, well, what do I do? So that's pretty sweet. Well, we won't get into too many details. It looks like someone cut my book. Was that me? Cut my manual? Might have been. I don't think so, though. I don't think I did that. We'll watch the video. Well, we could kind of look into the altitude thing just for kicks and grins. I want to get on to making a cold brew, but we'll probably do that in a separate video since this was mainly just an unboxing. Altitude setting. To ensure your coffee maker works properly at higher altitudes, and I read this before, switch on the appliance and place lever position in drip stop. Press cold brew and gold simultaneously and hold for 3 seconds. Cold brew and gold for 3 seconds. A1 is blinking, and I do believe A1, or flashing. So, I do believe the A1 is the default settings A1. So we're good with default. I think that's good. But if you did need to change it, you would just press cold brew to scroll through the settings. So there's a setting, there's 3 different settings. A1 is 0 feet to 1,637 feet. Once again, A1 is 0 feet to 1,637 feet. A2 is 1,638 feet to 3,278 feet. And A3 is 3,279 feet to 4,918 feet. It also has it listed in meters. Actually, meters is first. Okay. I imagine I'll want to go ahead and run through a brew cycle. I could even do a descaling cycle if I wanted to. I think just a normal clean cycle should be fine. But we won't bother you with that. Just watch my next video. I'm going to try to do a cold brew on this thing. And before I do that, I'll make sure there's nothing important that I should do before I go through my first brew, besides clean up and all that. So just a really basic, you have your over ice, your cold brew, which I think takes around 13 minutes. So you have basically different temperatures. There's your gold and your bold. So your gold is going to be your certified temperature for brewing. Your bold is going to be a little bit hotter, I think. And the timing may be impacted too. I'm not sure. Then you have a water feature here. You can run some hot water and you can control the temperature, and that's controlled there where it says water and then your temperature. It looks like here's your clean button if you wanted to do the cleaning, which is going to take a little bit longer I think that's more than just running through a cycle. That's more when you add your descaler and stuff to it. And I think you can control your keep warm. So if you didn't want this, of course, in the 16 ounce setting, you have different settings, 8 ounce. So you have 5 ounce, 8 ounce, 12 ounce, 16 ounce, 20 ounce. And you have a half carafe, which is probably the most I'd ever use, and your full carafe. When I go to work, I usually just keep it on 16 ounce. But now that I have this cold brew function, I could check that out. I'll have to have a little time to do it. Otherwise, I have used the over ice on my other machine. Not very often, but I have used it. And that actually does turn out pretty good. I was just curious about this cold brew, so I thought I'd give that a shot. It looks like I did lose a setting I never used, and that's, I think it's called light. As opposed to the bold, you have a light option on the other machine, which is a similar, but it's an older model, I think. But I think that's for people who, well, maybe not quite so bold or not so hot. But I didn't even bother ever using it, so I guess I won't miss it. So with that being said, of course, there's your scoop. I didn't really honestly use that too much either, but if you wanted to, you certainly could. Yeah, very beautiful machine. We'll probably go ahead and run a cycle through here. I may just get it started, and then we'll just end the video, just to make sure at least it can work. We'll just do like a half carafe. I think that's all that really is anyway. Half carafe. So you turn it on, turn on coffee there. Probably just go for the gold, and away it should go. Of course, put on the lid. I'm gonna wait a couple seconds for it to begin. We'll know that it works and we'll be happy. I'll have a video you can check out of me unboxing my first Braun MultiServe, just to see how that works. I'll quick look through here if there's any instructions on, hey, you should run a cycle through before first use. That's just common sense anyway, but I'm just curious if the instructions say anything like that. Probably. Or if I'm actually supposed to go with more of a deep clean. That's more descaling. This is kind of nice. Note, the coffee maker features a 60-second power loss backup system that remembers all programmed information, including time of day and auto on time in the event of a power interruption. That's kind of a real plus. What I like most about this is the single serve features here, the 16 ounce all the way down to the 5 ounce. Actually, it's 20 ounce all the way down to the 5 ounce. If you want just a little bit more, you have the half a tumbler. And if you want a full tumbler, go ahead and do that too. But as a single guy, I don't think I've ever had to do that. Most I've done is a half carafe. So, well, with no further ado, I think we'll end the video. We know it works. That's awesome. Of course, it better work. The only thing I'm a little disappointed in, I suppose, is I don't it didn't come with one charcoal filter, but I think normally it actually does. This was like a used item. So from what I remember, it did actually come with one charcoal filter if you get it brand new. So that's my bad. But you can get them more like in an Amazon brand version, I think, or something like an off-brand, or you can just get, it looks like that. It's hard to believe I went through all those, but apparently I did. So no further ado, yeah, thanks for watching. Remember to like. I can probably get in the video. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you in the next one. Hope everything turned out okay in this video. Sorry guys, I was just kind of like excited to get this recorded, get this done. And I realized it's probably not the best quality video, but oh yeah, a little steam at the end there. So thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. And I will actually just do that right away. I'll try to get a video going on doing cold brew. That's the whole reason I got this brewer.